They said it wasn't possible. But it happened on Saturday, August the 6th, in Hickory, North Carolina. The Deathproof Alliance Wrestling.
I want to welcome each one of you guys to DPA Wrestling into the Freedom Center. Finally, they tried to stop us at the championship.
The night kicked off with the first match, a 15-man over-the-top rope battle royal. Mayhem, seen here, eliminates Aiden Anarchy. Then, EJ Iceman throws Mo Nitro over the top rope. Iceman eliminates Vindicator and gets to the final two, where he takes on Terry Houston. The two fought for about 5 minutes before Houston was able to get Iceman over the top rope and kick his feet from out under him, winning the first match in DPA history. Next up was the Carolina Bombers, who cut a promo for their opponents for the night, the International Death Squad. Brock Phoenix took on Maniac Mike in the first ever singles match in DPA history. After the two physically engaged one another, it would come down to interference on the outside by Mayhem, which gave Brock Phoenix the victory. Chris Mellon came out and talked about his plans for DPA and the fact that he was going to recruit someone to help him carry out his mission. Later that night, Mellon would make an appearance in one of the matches. During DPA's first fan appreciation segment, RJ Hewitt came out and insulted a fan, only to be physically involved with Haven. The two brawled between one another before being separated by the locker room. In a feud that started in the opening night's match in the Battle Royal, Rusty Rodriguez took on Colt 45, but Colt viciously attacked Rusty before he could get to the ring. The two had a physical confrontation and left everything in the ring. Included even jumping off of the top rope, as Colt 45 made a dashing move to try to win the match, but Rusty Rodriguez would come out victorious. DPA's Kevin Hawley came out and announced that the winner of that night's main event between RJ Hewitt and Haven would be named the first ever DPA Carolina champion. Justin Sane would match up with Murph Mancini in a matchup of speed versus strength. With manager Chris Mellon sitting outside, Justin Sane impressed, showing his aerial display on his way to a victory over the so-called Oreo, Murph Mancini. Trey Chaos took on veteran Bone Shaker in an epic matchup of youth versus veteranship. The two had an engaging battle between one another as the veteran prevailed for the 1-2-3. The Carolina Bombers took on the International Death Squad in the night's lone tag team match. The two hated rivals went at one another and used all means necessary, including the International Death Squad using a steel chair, giving the Carolina Bombers the victory. But afterwards, the two teams brawled after a sheet was covered over one of the Bombers. RJ Hewitt took on Haven in the first ever main event for the DPA Carolina Championship. These two men that had brawled earlier in the night left nothing to chance, throwing everything they could at each other to become DPA's first champion in history. In the end, it was RJ Hewitt that lifted the belt, becoming DPA's first ever champion and the first ever Carolina champion. Catch the fallout at DPA Wrestling on Saturday, August the 13th at the Freedom Center, 2350 Springs Road in Hickory. Adults at $10, kids 5 to 10, $5, and under the age of 5 are free. Visit us at deathproofalliancewrestling.com or Facebook, keyword Deathproof Alliance Wrestling. See you there.